So hey everybody, welcome to our Zoom call. I wanted to share some of these faces with everybody about the camping and the camp champs and what's going on this week. Everybody's been working so hard. As if you've been on social media, you have seen that we have been going 90 to nothing since last Wednesday, trying to raise a bunch of money to help Camp Mcdowell stay strong. And when we open up, we want to start strong. So I wanted to introduce you guys to a bunch of the people that have been working behind the scenes, and there are definitely many more than what we have here, but these are the folks I could grab off of offline just for a little bit. So I'm going to let you guys talk to tell everybody what you guys are doing, and we can start off with Mary Yancey, who is the department chair. The department is kind of like Camp Mcdowell's board, and she is the chair of that board, so to speak. So Mary, why don't you talk about why this even started, and then you can hand it off to Corey.
Thanks, Katie. So we were, camp has been closed since March the 13th. And obviously, when we closed down all of those programs, the McDowell Environmental Center, the farm school, all of the events that were happening at the conference center. It was a huge financial loss to us. At the time that we closed, we thought it might be 3 weeks. And now, we're on day 55 or something. So we immediately knew that we were going to have to do some fundraising to help make up those costs and to help us to make our reserves where we can handle anything more that happens. And what started happening really fast online on my social media pages was that people were picking up guitars and playing camp songs, and Camp Mcdowell was getting a whole lot of love on social media. And all of a sudden we were like, we need to have these people all in one place. So a lot of people kind of had the same idea at the same time. And Corey and I immediately started reaching out to all of these people that you see right here, and a whole lot more. And the most amazing thing was that everybody said, yes, we can't wait. This is going to be great. And I am so grateful to all of those yeses. And so, yeah, that's how it started. And it's blown up from there. And this all has really happened in the last 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. So Corey, you want to add a little bit about that? Corey, you guys, is Reverend Corey. But we know him as Corey, and he's the executive director of Camp Mcdowell, and he has been thrown all kinds of challenges in his first year in this role. So I'm sure he has some breaths to take here. So Corey, you want to share a bit?
Sure. Mary said a lot of what's been going on, and that's been a big part of my story during this is lots of wonderful and amazing and talented people stepping up and figuring out creative and fun ways to help Camp Mcdowell. And that's all I could ask for, especially as somebody kind of new to this role. And it's just been wonderful to see what rises up even in kind of dark times and how light continues to shine brighter and brighter. And that's been really amazing. And just, so I've had lots of Zoom calls and been looking at lots of numbers and so much fun things like that. But it's all amazing and worth it. And it's just humbling to see how much people do for Camp Mcdowell, and I'm grateful to be where I am.
It really is. It's incredible. And like I said, this whole thing started last Wednesday at Compline. We've been doing Compline on Wednesday evenings on Facebook Live. And that's when Corey announced it. So it's a week and a half. And so far, you guys, we have raised about $72,000, which is, I'm beyond, oh my gosh, it's just amazing. So our goal is to get to 100,000 by midnight tonight. That's a big, fat, audacious, hairy goal. And when it's all said and done, we're hoping to get to 150,000 by the end of tomorrow. So this whole thing is kind of in two pieces. And we've got one piece that's the camp champs, and about 25 people have been tagged from around the state that love Camp Mcdowell, and they have been asked to try to raise a certain amount of money, and it's on their own time. They're volunteering to do this. They have done, it's because of them and others that we've gotten to about 72,000 right now. And that piece is being headed up by, raise your hand, that piece is being headed up by you. There you go. Aaron and Sipo, Catherine. Catherine, you want to talk a little bit about how that's been going?
Sure. Me and Aaron were asked to co-chair the champion part of this fundraiser, and it has been so awesome to empower those other champions to really be the boots on the ground, the people reaching out consistently these past 7, 8, 9 days now.
Will you share what you do in your real life too?
Yes, I am the Director of Youth Ministries at St. Stephen's Episcopal Church in Birmingham. And I have been there for 5 years now, almost exactly. And camp has always been a near and dear place to my heart, and it's awesome to see how much we have raised just through people talking about it and sharing their love that they've also had at camp.
That's awesome. Okay, Aaron, well, how about you? What do you usually do, and how do you think this whole thing's been going?
Well, I am a youth minister at St. Luke's Episcopal in Mountain Brook, which has been really awesome. And I recently stepped onto the board of Camp Mcdowell, which has just been a whole new learning experience. But the camp champs have been going really well. I've been so thankful for everyone that said yes to taking on this responsibility. And I've been really impressed with the amount of people who aren't technically champions, but have been sharing everything and liking and posting. That was such an important part to this fundraiser. And I just feel like everyone is really showing their love for camp. It's been a really awesome experience.
That's great. And I was very impressed when I actually saw like several days ago, but I was like, oh my gosh. So you guys have been working behind the scenes, getting the donations page set up and all that kind of stuff, and organizing the camp champs. And then you are also a camp champ team. So that is incredible, you guys. And you guys are in second place, aren't you?
Yeah,
and you were like, last night you were like, yeah, with Julia Emmerich, right? And so that's kind of exciting. I was talking to Jason yesterday. Jason Watley was our mystery caller yesterday, and so he's third place. I was giving him a hard time. He needs to like do some more dancing with his fancy pants and get some action going on. Okay, well, thanks you guys. And the second part of this campaign is tomorrow, and we are so excited. And anything that you guys can do to help us spread the word, we're going to be putting out a lot on social media today. And if you see that, you can share it. That would be so helpful. And that is the Camp In. It is a virtual benefit concert tomorrow, but it's not just a concert. It's going to be so much fun. And raise your hand if you're involved with that, organizing that. There you go. So Caitlyn and Jess, why don't you start us off and tell us what you're doing with all that kind of stuff, and what do you do in your real world?
Hey, yeah, I'm Jess. I've been working at camp for almost the past 2 years now, and have kind of just been like filling in various roles. And in my real life, I'm a videographer and just try to do as many cool video projects as I can find. And this was one of the coolest projects I've ever been given for, so it's been awesome. And so I've kind of just been doing a little bit of like the editing and the tech side of making this campaign kind of come to life. And then I've had the pleasure of working with Caitlyn, who's been the most awesome co-chair with this.
That is awesome. And Caitlyn, go ahead.
I'm Caitlyn Waller. I'm the director of the Alabama Folk School at Camp Mcdowell. I've been there since January, but I've been a long time lover of camp and summer staffer, and then a youth minister after that. So I was really excited when Mary contacted and asked me to co-chair with Jess, because it's just a place that I love, not just because I work there, but because of all it's given to my life. And it's been great working with Jess. She's handling a lot of the tech stuff that I don't understand how to do. And I'm really grateful for that. And so I've been doing a lot of the recruiting and fielding emails and concerns as they come through. But we have been just completely amazed by how many people have submitted videos to us. We have so much content in just like the span of 4 or 5 days that it's actually not all going to fit within the like 6.5 hour time frame. So people's love for camp has been so encouraging through all of this. So I'm excited to see how much money we can raise, but I'm also just so excited to celebrate this community. I think that the Camp In is going to be a really historic moment for us. While we can't all gather, it's like our first chance to all be together as one camp family and celebrate that.
That is awesome. And before I go to the last couple of people here, raise your hand if you work at Camp Mcdowell. Yeah? And raise your hand if you have been a camp counselor before. That's just kind of neat. I wanted to share that. That's all. Okay, so these last couple people are two of a larger team, and I was able to snag these two. And I just learned about this, I think, yesterday morning, and you guys are just so clever. I'm so excited about this. So in between all the things that we'll be sharing tomorrow as far as storytellers, performers, I mean, some people do the musician stuff, music full time. And everybody's just so talented. I just can't wait to share all that with everyone. But in between all that, we have another team that's going to be doing some creative things. And that team is headed by Beth, raise your hand. And Jordan, raise your hand. So Beth, why don't you start us off and tell us what you guys are up to, sneakies.
Yeah. We're like the hype people. We just, that's basically our role. We have put together some challenges that once we reach certain benchmarks in raising money throughout the day tomorrow, we're going to do some pretty fun things that everybody that's watching will be very interested to hear in a second.
And what do you do in your real life? Did you already share that and I missed it?
No, I am the director of the Environmental Center here at Camp Mcdowell. And yeah, that's what I do. That is my
so thank you so much. And if you have been tuning into any of our social media the last several weeks, Beth has been instrumental in doing the 10 o'clock pieces where we've had different staff members, different people just share neat things. Like we've had segments on goats and chickens and I mean all kinds of things. So thank you so much, Beth, for making that happen. I know that we've gotten a good following with that. I know a lot of teachers and students have been using that as actual stuff to teach their kids with. So that's great because everybody's at home going crazy being homeschooled. But anyway, so Jordan, tell us what you do at Camp Mcdowell, and then can you share some of the secret things you're doing?
Yeah, so
right.
I'm Jordan. I'm the director of the Conference and Retreat Center here at camp. And yeah, we've been working putting together some pretty cool challenges that will be happening throughout the duration of the Camp In. And the first challenge that we have will be at 2:45. And you will see a certain set of people compete in a hot dog eating contest. And Beth can tell us the second one.
The second one is at 4:10, and it is an ice bucket dump on someone that is very near and dear to summer camp and now the Environmental Center as well. So, but you have to see that at 4:10.
Oh my goodness.
At 5:40, you will see a team of people who are very instrumental in the running of Camp Mcdowell. Maybe get pied in the face.
Oh, okay.
And then the last one will be at 7:10, and obviously the most important one. Someone also very near and dear to camp, all parts of it, is going to shave their head if we raise enough money. So
can I give a hint?
I'm so excited to see you shave your head.
No, but they have volunteered their children to do it for them.
Okay.
So we can give that hint.
Big secrets.
Big
Not so much to see.
And if you know, the hint is if you know anybody, if you know Camp Mcdowell right now, if you have anything to do with Camp Mcdowell right now, you know who this person is. So Anyway, so guys, again, if you have listened to this so far, thank you so much for tuning in, and please share this, share anything that you see on social media on any of our platforms. We are going to be posting even more about some of the performers, about the lineup coming up. That'll be all over the place. Please share that. It promptly starts at 2 o'clock tomorrow. And many of you have heard, especially if you have been in on the mystery callers, I have been asking and begging for people to record themselves singing the camp song, Wonderful, Wonderful. So I had all kinds of submissions. I'm so grateful for that. And I did stay up till 3 in the morning Wednesday putting those together because it was really hard trying to sync them all up. But anyway, that is going to debut at 2 o'clock. We're going to kick off the whole thing at that. So if you would like to see yourself, please do that. And very excited about that. I did get a couple of submissions after I was finished. So I'm going to make another rendition of it later to put on the website, but for Saturday, it'll be fine. So anyway, this is your big team of champions right here. Among many others. And thank you guys so much for everything that you're doing for wonderful, wonderful Camp McDowell. We can't wait. Everybody's super busy still. So again, everybody, our goal is $100,000 by midnight tonight, another 50 tomorrow. Please tune in. Make sure your friends tune in. Have it on all day. We would love to have a lot of participation. And thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. All right. Thank you, guys. Back to work. Love you, mean it. Bye.
Bye.